everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another build collab, and today we're going to go ahead and do this one with TheYorkieLad. So he went ahead and built this home here. It's called a cliffside mansion and it's built on a 64x64 lot in Windenburg on the island. And he did an amazing job at this exterior. I really love it. You can see sort of from the windows we're building this in summertime, but it is actually built in winter and looks amazing in winter as well. So if you don't know who he is, he makes some amazing speed builds on his channel. I'll be sure to leave a link down below to that and his video so you can go ahead and watch the exterior. He does a bunch of Sims 4 speed builds just like me, including mansions, and he also plays some other games on his channel as well, which is great. So I love to build mansions on my channel. If you're new here, you don't know, I do mansion builds every Friday and Sunday, and it's always really difficult to find people to collab with who like to do big homes. I haven't really done that many of them. Like 64x64 lot collabs, but I actually found that he has done a few kind of 64x64s. He's done a few ones with seasons when that came out as well, so I thought it'd be perfect to ask him to do one because, like I said, you know, I just can't really find that many people to do them with. But I have been watching his channel for quite a long time. I think I found his channel when he had around the 1,000 subscriber mark. I can't exactly remember how long ago that was, but his channel's been doing amazingly recently. And I've always wanted a collab with him, so I'm so happy that we're doing one now. And yeah, so if you couldn't guess, I'm doing the interior here, and it is actually a pretty open plan home. The bedrooms are pretty spacious, and then there's kind of this main kind of living space here too, where everything's kind of in one big room. So it was a little bit of a challenge in some areas to kind of fill every space, but in the end, I'm so happy how it turned out. It took me just under an hour to decorate this entire place, which I think is alright, you know. I didn't have to do the exterior, so I just kind of spent a little bit more time on the interior. So this place has 7 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, I think it is. But one of the, well, if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you know that I don't tend to do kids' rooms because I tend to keep like the rooms fairly neutral, so it's easier for you if you download it to kind of match to that family that you're playing with, that makes sense, and you don't have to make as many changes, if that makes sense. So I tend to make them fairly neutral like that, which means I don't do kids rooms that often. But for this one, I did go ahead and do sort of like a kids rooms. I didn't really put toys in it and stuff. I just kind of put 2 double beds in, so I could maybe be for 2 kids or something. And I also think that this home would be really nice as a vacation home too. I don't think you can I don't think you can get rentals in other worlds, so you might have to make some adjustments to that, or maybe just, you know, imagine it is. But it is kind of like a very, when I first saw it, I actually thought of like a vacation home sort of style into it, but of course as well, it would be perfect for a big family too. And yeah, so he already went ahead and did the kind of wall coverings and flooring and stuff. He did say I could change it up if I wanted to, but I decided just to leave it how it was, because, you know, sometimes if I'm doing speed builds all the time, sometimes I find myself doing the same things over and over again. It might not be, you know, exactly the same, but, you know, doing the same sort of styles and stuff. So I thought I'll kind of just leave it how he imagined it to look like, so I could maybe work from that, just so it doesn't end up being another kind of classic Thomas TV house, I suppose. And yeah, so they were just doing this little bar area here, as you can see. And it was just like a nice little area to fill this place up. Sometimes I do put the bars in the island counters, but I just decided to leave it separate from the kitchen. You can see there as well that I put a fridge in as well. I suppose it's kind of an odd thing to put in. It doesn't really make sense. I don't really think it's a very practical thing to have. But you know, you see like some bars with that sort of thing, like fridges with drinks in and stuff, so I put that in there. So this home has a fairly kind of neutral colour scheme with it, and it's actually something that I would do in my own houses as well, so we kind of have some similar kind of building styles between us too, so it was something I was going to do anyway if he didn't put the wall coverings in. But he also does a really interesting thing with the bathrooms, which we're just about to start working on now. Well, not this particular one, but the other ones which have a bedroom, they actually have like big archways going through into the bathrooms when they're in the bedrooms. I think it was a really nice idea, so I might, you know, try that one time. So as you can see, we're now working on the bathroom. Now, I didn't show the footage for the other bathrooms because it's kind of, I do the same thing for the bathrooms in terms of the furnishing. I do this in my own kind of speed builds as well, just so it's kind of like, I feel like it's a little bit more realistic, because I mean, at least in my house, all of the bathrooms in the house have like the same tiling and flooring and stuff. So I tend to do that for builds in the Sims as well. But since you kind of see this one, and it is the biggest one at the home, I just thought I'd go ahead and leave out the other ones. And if you're a regular viewer of my channel, then that's, you know, nothing out of the ordinary, because I do that all the time. I find bathrooms fairly kind of boring to do. I don't really know that many. I feel like sometimes it's just, I've struggled to think of different ways to do bathrooms and stuff, so that's one of the other reasons why I take that out of the footage sometimes. But I actually really like how this one is, and you can see that we'll put some shelves above the bath there. I actually saw my friend Simlessy do this in one of her speed builds a few days ago, was it? I can't exactly remember. And just kind of put some shelves above the bath. It's kind of just a simple idea, but I thought it was kind of a nice thing, you know, nice touch to add, so that's what I did. And we're now working on one of the bedrooms here. Like I said, there are 7. There are 2 upstairs as well. The upstairs isn't like the full, you know, width of the lot. It's only a little area upstairs, but you'll see that towards the end of this video. Also, totally forgot to mention a thing, but you can go ahead and download this from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1. If you want to go ahead and download the unfurnished version, then that is up on his gallery. But I'll leave a link down below to his video, so you can go ahead and check that out, and he'll give you some information about that if you want to go ahead and download the exterior. But yeah, and also I'll normally leave a download link in the description. Sometimes I forget, but recently I've been kind of good in remembering to include that in the description, so you can go ahead and try that there, but you know, otherwise just search for origin ID, which is RealThomasTV1. And yeah, so I don't know if you can know, if you're like a regular viewer of my channel, I don't know if you can tell, but actually I've been using a different recorder for this video. I normally use Dxtory or Dxtory, I don't know how you say it, but I've been having a few problems with it where it's been really laggy in the kind of just recording. It's funny because I don't see it when I'm actually building it, but when I look back at the footage, it's kind of turns out laggy sometimes. So just to avoid that happening, I'm just trying out OBS again. I mean, it's nothing new, I've been using it for a while, but I just wanted to use it for today's video because I kept having a few problems in my last couple of builds with lag. So if you're new to my channel and you go and watch some of my other builds, don't be put off by the lag, because it's not a normal thing. Anyway, so this room right here is the study. And it is a pretty decent size, as you can see. I think I mentioned this at the start, but most of the rooms in this build are quite huge, actually, and pretty spacious. So there's lots of like seating areas in this place too, which is nice, including that study. And then this room right here is the kids' room that I was talking about. Now, like I said, I didn't put any kids' toys in it and stuff, so it's maybe for teens, or, you know, even if it's just for another regular sim, it's up to you. But if you do have kids in your family, then you could easily just go ahead and, you know, add a few toys in or something, or, you know, just leave it how it is. And I also put a fireplace in here, as you'll just see now. This also has its own little 2 like armchairs to it as well. Like I said, since most of the rooms are spacious, I did go ahead and put some fireplaces in. Now, I did actually do a build, my last mansion build, which should have been 2 days ago, the base game Dream Mansion. I mean, that's going up later today for me as I'm doing this voiceover, so hopefully it's up. But anyway, in that build as well, a lot of the rooms turned out pretty spacious, and I did go ahead and put fireplaces in those rooms too. So it's kind of just a nice thing to add. I think, you know, it's kind of like a, you know, luxury thing, I think, to have, you know, fireplaces in your room. So I went ahead and put a few in this one too. And this is another room here. Like I said, they are neutral, so it's kind of, I don't really have a lot to say about them because they're all, you know, pretty much the same. I mean, I did change up the colour swatches here and there and the types of beds I was using and stuff, but the general colour scheme of it being neutral is pretty much the same throughout the whole house. That kind of kids' room that I was on about was probably, you know, a little bit more on the colourful side because I did add, you know, a few bright coloured beds there too. You can also see here what I was on about the archways into the bathroom. You can just see there on the side there. And yeah, so if you're new to my channel, like I said, I do mansion builds every Friday and Sunday. The Friday ones are something that I've been incorporating the last couple of weeks. I've done Sunday mansion builds for like a year now, but the Friday ones as well, I've just been incorporating recently. So if you have any mansion build ideas, then that'll be really, really helpful because sometimes I kind of struggle to think of ideas for the mansion builds of that week. So if you do have any more suggestions, let me know because that'd be really, really helpful to hear. I always ask for suggestions, you know, just at any time really for any type of speed build, and I have a lot of people, you know, always sending me, you know, like floor plans and exterior pictures, and even if it's just like the title of a style or something, then that always really helps, you know, just any ideas and add it to my list. So any of that, then just let me know. And yeah, so right now we're just working on, I think this is one of the last bedrooms. Is this on the upstairs? I can't actually... No, it's not. I kind of lost track where we were for a second there. And also some of the rooms have their own like balcony area and outdoor doors. I don't think this one does, but some of them do. It's kind of a nice little touch actually. And the outdoor space as well is really nice. They did a really good job on decorating the exterior. It's got lots of like entertainment spaces, outdoor bar, a pool, outdoor seating and stuff like that too, which is great. And yeah, so we're nearing the end of the build here. We've got like a minute left or so. If you're new to my channel, I do also go ahead and put screenshots at the end of the build too, so you can kind of see everything, especially like I was saying, how sometimes I cut out bits of the footage, like the bathrooms and stuff, and also another thing I cut out in this footage was the hallways. I find hallways are really kind of awkward to build for me for some reason. I don't know why. They're not really that interesting, I don't think, and sometimes it's kind of hard to fill up the space. So I did go ahead and cut that out of this build here in particular, but you know, sometimes I do include them. I just didn't really know what to do for it, so I just decided to take it out. And this is also one of the rooms that has a balcony door going out, like I was just mentioning before. And yeah, so I did go ahead and, well, I said at the beginning that I wasn't going to go ahead and change colour swatches up of walls and stuff, but I did just go ahead and put, if I was going to put a fireplace in the room, I did just go ahead and put the stone behind it, because I feel like it's kind of like a nice thing to include. It's sort of like makes it stand out a little bit more, and adds like a feature wall to the fireplace too, which I think is nice. Since, you know, it is kind of like a good main feature of the rooms too, kind of stands out a lot, especially in bedrooms, so I thought I'll go ahead and add that in too. And we're just working on putting a few pictures and stuff on the walls. And I didn't really heavily clutter this build. I don't do that too often in my builds in general, but for this one, since it was very spacious, I thought I'd kind of leave it like that and not over clutter it, because then it'll just be a mess. You can also see I was having a bit of trouble here with the beds. I think my keyboard is like, because I have a wireless keyboard, I think it's running out of battery or something, because some of the keys weren't working, and then I was trying to place down a bed and it was keep placing one bed after the other and the other. It was keep going on and on and on. So I didn't go ahead and show that last footage of that room there, but in the screenshots now, as you can see, I will go ahead and show you some screenshots of that room, since I was having some recording troubles there, and also it is kind of similar to the other ones as well, so I thought, you know, instead of the build getting on too long here, I'll just show you the screenshots of it. And yes, so I really hope you enjoyed today's build. If you did, in the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. Also, make sure you head over to the YorkieLad's channel to go ahead and check out his other builds, as well as the exterior of this one. Like I said, there'll be a link down below to that. Make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and you can go ahead and download this from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!